Hey you guys, today I'm talking about the New Edition story part 2. I know I'm late, but I've been dealing with other things. So excuse me, I'm gonna get them out as soon as possible. This episode was really good. I mean, the whole three parts were really good to me. So Ralph's still complaining about him not, him singing everything, him doing all the lead or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. So this is where we finna start not liking these people. And I was like, dang, like, they so lucky that social media was not popping the way it's popping now, because the things that they doing, I'm like, I don't think their career would have lasted doing the stuff that they were doing then. So the boys are in the limo. They headed somewhere, I don't remember, but they in the limo. And when Mike tried to get in, they started like being like real disrespectful and telling him that he got to pay to get in and all that. So Mike's like, man, fuck that. I'll take a cab. I ain't got to deal with this type of stuff. So he tried to get out, and the driver ended up running over his foot. So he like, oh, my foot. And they's laughing. And I'm like, really? Really? Like, this not just one of, like, y'all homeboys y'all kicking it with. This is somebody y'all make money with. And by him hurting his foot can, mess up y'all money by him not being able to perform. So for them to be laughing, I was like, oh, immaturity ass boys. So he mad. Bobby talking a lot of mad stuff to him or whatever. So he walks up and he spits in Bobby's face. And y'all know that's like the ultimate disrespect, right? But at that moment, I was like, fuck that. He deserved that type of shit. Like, for real. Because I was just feeling so bad that he got his foot red over and they not even taking that into consideration or whatever. So I wasn't mad. So Bobby jumps out the little car or whatever and they start fighting. Bobby, you need to learn how to fight. That's all I'm saying. You always getting jacked up. So he was trying to choke Bobby ass out. I was like, oh. So next thing you know, Gary trying to talk them into kicking Mike out the group or whatever. And I was like, it's always some outsiders messing the group up. You know what I'm saying? Because they so close as brothers that things can happen and they allow that to happen. They give that cool. But when you got outsiders in your ear telling one person that they're better than the group or somebody is wrong for the group, it's always a problem. So they were trying to kick him out. And Bobby was like, because he was like, he tried to kill you, whoop, whoop. And I'm with Bobby, like, he ain't dead, right? And that's when you know that they have a close bond or whatever, when he said that he didn't kill him. So they said they wasn't getting him out the group. So then next thing you know, we saw, I gotta drink something to drink. Next thing you know, we saw Mike doing the talking part for, was it Cool It? Yeah, for Cool It Now. And I was just like, oh, that's my song. Oh. I'm telling you, these songs were taking me back to memory lane of being a kid and a teenager and all kind of stuff with their music and a young adult, all that. So I'm telling y'all, we ain't had no big old group like them probably since Jack and Ed, so I'd be really, really irritated. I hope this movie inspired young R&B groups to get back out there, like for real. Not just the old heads to get back out there. I want some new bomb R&B groups to start forming and get out there. Let us hear you. You know what I'm saying? And if you are out there, let me know. I'm just saying. I do support Tuesday. I will support you if you got good music. Have real vocals. Real vocals. Not auto-tune vocals. Don't tell me damn group and your whole thing is auto-tune. I'm going to be like, So let's move on. So they do that and the guys welcome him back into the group. They all cool or whatever. So Gary ended up bringing Brooks back. He tried to let Brooks know, like, you not the manager, you just the choreographer. Just remember that. I'm just like, are you scared? Are you scared? And Brooks is just like, why? Because you have to come to the hood to get a group, to make you some money, and now you don't know what to do with the group. And I say, yeah, That's about right. He don't know what to do with these little boys because they all over the place. They not listening to him, and they need some stability and some sternness up in their life for real, because they was just getting on my nerves. Gary gets mad. Oh, they was performing or whatever. I mean, practicing, rehearsing, and Gary ended up getting mad because of the money that they had been spending on for the tour. The costumes, the DJ, all the lights and glitz and glamour and all that kind of stuff. And but that's what Brooks does. That's his whole thing. And they're telling him, like, New Edition is telling him, like, this is what our fans want. We know what our fans want. So you tripping. If it doesn't work, then you can take it out the group. But he was really, I think at that moment, well, he probably wasn't getting paid either, so that's probably why he was bitching. But I understood where he was coming from. Like, you guys already went through that with Maurice, where they told you that if y'all had went over budget, and why y'all got the whole $1.87. So why would y'all even do that again and do that with Brooks again? I just didn't understand that whole part, but okay. Bobby ended up walking off because he got a big old ego, and he was like, he don't need this, he ain't got time for all that. So he ended up speeding. We see him speeding. He ended up getting pulled over. He's with some girl named Malika. I guess it's his girlfriend at the time. He's in the car with her, and he get pulled over, and he don't have no license, so he ended up going to jail. So Gary had to go and bail him out, and he had to let him know, like, what are you doing? Because when he got pulled over, he had $6,000 in cash in his pocket. And Gary's like, how did you get that, in your pocket when I know you guys don't make that kind of money? And I'm sitting there like, damn, they still not making that kind of money. What kind of mess is this? So he tells him that Malika is pregnant. So he like, oh my God, what are y'all doing? So at this time, Bobby is like 16 years old. So at first, because, they looking grown and shit. So at first I was like, okay, he old enough. But then when he said he was 16, I understood why Gary was going off on him. Like, you got your whole life and you slipping. Like, you really, really slipping. But come to find out, Ralph also had Xena pregnant and stuff like that. But Xena ended up losing her baby. I was like, oh, poor baby. Bobby ass was doing crack in the car, getting hit. I was just like, oh, he is wilding out. But everything Bobby was doing, I wasn't shocked. I was just like, yeah, that's Bobby. If he was coming on here like a poster child and said he was a good boy, I would have been like, nah. But everything that y'all was doing with Bobby, I was like, oh, spot on. He is playing his part. That boy played that part as Bobby Brown. Oh my God. Like, from the moment they got into the group on to the end of the damn series, that was Bobby. Them kids played Bobby, for real. The little boy and the older boy played Bobby. Kudos to you. Real good. My camera's over here. I don't know why I keep looking over there. Anyway, like I said, Xena, she was pregnant, but she ended up losing her baby. And I was so disappointed in Ralph when he didn't take the time out to go and be with her. And I was with his mama. His mama was mad as I don't know what. And I was with his mama like, you need to take care of your responsibilities and go be with that girl, and tell the group, hold on, I have to go be with her. But no, you didn't want nobody to know. You want to act like the poster child for New Edition. And I was just like, oh, he's an ass. I used to like Ralph. Now, Mike Bivens was always my favorite. Always my favorite because of his mindset. I never look at dudes as, oh, they a sex symbol or are they cute, because I feel like the cute ones, that's too much competition with other bitches. I ain't got time for that. But it was something always about Mike that I've always liked him from out the group, from elementary on. And I've always looked at him as the smart one. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he always just gave me the smart one out the group, and I liked him. I didn't like the bad boy, the cute boy. DeVoe looked like, Ronnie looked like, he just like a big dud to me, like, duh, I don't know, he just which way do I go type dude to me. No shade, that just wasn't my favorite. And I always looked at Ricky like a box head, so there you go. I'm just saying. And then with Johnny Gill, I just never I mean, you know, he had a sexy voice, but I was just like, well, suspect for me. So can't talk. I didn't want to talk to him. Anyway, Gary is he tells the group that they're broke. All this excessive money spending that they have been doing, they ain't got no damn money. So they need to figure it out and all that kind of stuff. And everybody looking like, what you mean we ain't got no money? Like, are you crazy? You need to get us some money. We still in the projects. I'm like, what do you mean y'all still in the projects? What do you mean y'all still in the projects? Oh my God, like, that would have been in our deal for the second time when I signed it. Like, we couldn't get out the projects the first time. I bet you it would be in my contract the second time. That's when it shows you the parents still wasn't paying attention. So, Gary had to go to Joe Busby and ask him for some money to get the kids out of the projects. And, you know, he was cool with it. He ended up saying yes. So I was like, whatever. But he got an advance payment. And I was like, so that's still that's still not getting y'all out of debt. Y'all asked for some money to get y'all out. They gave y'all money, but it was y'all money. And I was just like, parents, do better. Do better. I'm telling y'all, focus on your kids. People, period. Focus. Pay attention on what you signing on. People will get you every time. That's why I really wasn't too much mad at the record label and stuff like that. I was looking like, parents, read. It's okay to read. Reading is fundamental. I promise you it is. It would help you in the long run. I'm just saying. Yeah, that really irritated me. So then, wait, Ralph wants to go solo or whatever, but who cares? Mike started questioning. He started doing questioning about the money. So then he looking at, I think he was talking to the dude that's supposed to be their chaperone or whatever. Hold on. He was talking to Homeboy. Homeboy was saying how Gary think he's very smart. He needs to really focus on the business side of everything and all that kind of stuff. And he looking at, I think, the album, and it says something production. So he like, what the fuck is productions? Like, what is this? So he go to Joe Busby or whatever and storming his office, pissed off. I said, oh, he doing an NWA? Oh, he busting up in the office. I'm with it. Because you don't play with nobody money, so I'm so with it. I was like, about damn time. But he goes in there and asks him about this production thing, and Homeboy tell him, like, that ain't me. That's Gary. Gary has production. You guys are not signed to MCA. MCA has a production deal with Gary. So y'all, he's owning you guys, and he works for us. But we ain't got shit to do with y'all. So now, you know, Mike is pissed off, and Mike go back and tell the group what he was told. So Mike start telling the group, like, we need to, like, start boycotting. We need to start protesting. Don't do no more shows, no interviews, no nothing to make Gary any money, you know, to take a stance. And the group didn't want to do that. So Mike ended up, next thing you know, Mike met up with Gary and this other lawyer dude. And, you know, Gary like, what the hell is this other lawyer dude doing here? But they basically tell Gary he fired. And Mike was just like, I only came here so I could see your face when they tell you, like, it is what it is. He, you know, mad that they firing him, but I'm like, dude, you were taking these kids' money and that's what you get. Karma's a bitch. Oh well, I didn't feel no type of way, bad or whatever. Bobby ended up losing money for the group because he a crackhead. That's what crackheads do. So I don't know why y'all was trusting this motherfucker, but he ended up losing money for the group. So they get mad at him. So they at the concert, and Bobby just, oh my God, Bobby is Bobby. Bobby just don't surprise me. He went up on there and then they start fighting again. I'm like, at another show. So y'all just really gonna fight at another show. For real, for real. This is how we doing it. Like, I told y'all, if the internet was cracking back then, they would be nowhere around. So they end up kicking Bobby out the group. They didn't really want to because they brothers and they got a whole bond or whatever. But at this time, Bobby is wilding out. He is drugged out, all kind of stuff. So they had to vote him out. His mama started calling all the other mamas. The other mamas is ignoring her call, but they all on phone calls talking about him like a dog. I said, oh my God, this is fucked up. Because regardless of how y'all feel, that was so wrong to just dog his mama like that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, people is people. They just, I just can't roll with them kind of mamas. That's that, because I thought that was really, really fucked up. Regardless of what Bobby did, I feel like it was owed to his mama an explanation of why they was doing that, why they came to that group decision. There was nothing he can do. Let him, you know, whatever. But for them, the way they did his mama, I was looking at them sideways. So Drill tells Mike that, oh, that's what I want to remember. I mean, when he was talking to Mike, he told him, like, y'all should have read y'all contracts. You can't get mad when y'all should have read y'all contracts. I said, yes, please tell him, because I said that last time. Should have read your contracts the first time. But, hey, y'all want to keep on making dumbass mistakes. Because they're getting more and more successful. And I'm like, why are y'all not tripping that y'all are still struggling? I don't understand that part. But, okay. So, Bobby ended up going on a solo career. And even Drew came and talked to him. You know, he had brought him downstairs to talk to him in the car or whatever, and, you know, talk to him about doing a solo deal. And I said, now y'all gonna really be mad because y'all dogged him and his mama out, then they gonna get out the projects before y'all. Now y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna really, really be mad. But hey, whatever. I hope Bobby and them signed the right contract. I don't know. We didn't really get into his story. The group is at rehearsal. This was funny to me. Because the group was at rehearsal. Because remember, Ralph didn't keep the shit. So the group was at rehearsal with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis because Ralph wanted to leave the group. But when he was talking to Gerald Busby, he told him, no, don't leave the group right now. Give me another record and then we can work on your solo record. I got Jimmy Jam and them coming up in the studio to work with y'all for y'all next record. Don't leave the group. So he was like, okay, cool. I'll put my solo on hold for the group. So when he get to rehearsal, Johnny Gill is in there. And come to find out, they have, Johnny Gill had joined the group played by Luke James. I love me some Luke James. If you know my channel, you know I rocks with Luke James. Been rocking with him for a long time. I remember when he did the interview for the Scorpion show with Kevin and Mikhail, because I remember Mikhail always pumping him up for his music because he had opened for Brandy and stuff like that. I told you I've been following Luke James for a long time when he was with Jesse J and all that. Like, I love his voice. I love that voice. That is a soulful singer if I've ever seen one. Y'all get into Luke James' music if y'all don't know who he is. Like, that boy can sing. Sing. He was singing Johnny Gill songs better than Johnny Gill to me. But anyway, let me calm a little stuff down because I love me some Luke James. So he goes into when Ralph comes in, like I said, he see Johnny Gill sitting up in there. So he like, what is this? And that's when they tell him Johnny's a part of the group. He's already signed, paperwork already done, type of stuff. And they like, he was like, you could have gave me a call, a heads up. And they was, Ronnie was like, I was doing my modeling or whatever he said, because he was throwing a shade at what Ralph said about him being a model. Then Ricky had said something smart to him. I said, that's what you get. You thought you couldn't be replaced. That's what your ass get. Humble your damn self. So Jimmy Jam, because, you know, he ended up walking out or whatever, and so they had to go talk to his little sensitive ass, and Jimmy Jam ended up going out there to talk to him, and I'm like, oh, he gonna pout? That's what you get. Whatever. So Johnny sings Can You Stand the Rain? Lord, I was like, okay, my clothes coming off. Oh my God, Jesus. Oh, okay, that ain't Johnny. That's Luke James, still a baby. Let me put my clothes back on. I'm telling y'all, that boy can sing his ass off. And then that's when Ralph was sitting there looking like, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. But like, he couldn't deny that man's talent whatsoever. So they did their thing after that. Then they end up talking. Johnny Gill and Ralph end up talking afterwards. And, you know, Johnny was just like, I didn't mean nothing. I didn't know nothing about this or whatever. and trying to clear the air with Ralph. And Ralph was like, it's not your fault or whatever, and they was talking about singing, and I liked how when he was like, Ralph said, "Oh, so you here to take Bobby's place, huh?" And he was like, "No," he was like, "You here to be the next Bobby." And he was like, "No, man, let me be real. I was here to be the next you. Like, your ass was replaceable. Humble yourself," like I said. So they, talked it out and they were cool or whatever. Next thing you know, they were in rehearsal for Can You Stand the Rain or whatever, and everybody doing real good. Then Lou come in and tell them they're going on tour, but one thing is Bobby's coming on the tour with them. I said, oh shit, it's about to go down. And that was all of part 2. It was really, really good. If I missed something, I apologize, but it was really good. If I missed something and you want to talk about it, leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it there. I'll give you my opinion about it there. But I loved it. I was here for it. Tell me what you thought. Follow me on all social media by Thaghettoview, THA, not THE. And I will talk to you later for part 3. I have watched it. I just need to do my notes for it. And I will upload it as soon as possible. For all my happy birthday to all my January people that's had a birthday in the month of January. I don't care what day it is. Happy birthday, Team January. All my Jumpstart January people, make sure you guys checking out people videos that's doing everyday video in January. Just type in Jumpstart January and videos will come up, and check them out and love on them and all that kind of stuff. Support them. It's all about support, so let's support each other. Talk to y'all later. Peace out.